I got to ask you, are you talking about marrying a man of a certain income range because you want to have a certain lifestyle?
Yes, I want it to be equal to how I've been living, but I do value a good character and a person with a great foundation,
Okay, that's fine.
primarily.
But
Yeah.
what do you mean how you currently been living?
In terms of, I want it to be more upper class. Like we've been living pretty well all those years.
Okay.
So
Do you want to have any more children?
I I would say either no, like I would be fine with not having any more children,
Okay.
but or I would have one more and I'd be okay with
So do
that as
you
well.
want to have to work to pay significant bills?
Yeah, I've done both, so I'm comfortable with both as well.
I'm saying, what do you want?
I mean, I'm a businesswoman. Like I launched my own business, but I was
Do
teaching
you
in the
want to
education
have to
system.
work to pay significant bills? Meaning, do you want the responsibility of paying a significant portion of the mortgage, utilities, retirement, all that stuff?
No,
All right. So you want him to carry the financial load.
right.
All right. So you want to be a 32-year-old divorcee with two
Hmm.
kids, and you want to marry a man that has to carry the bulk of the financial load for you,
That has the ability. Sorry, the ability. No.
the ability.
Yeah, I want him to have. I
Okay,
don't want
ma'am,
to
you
have
can't
to.
pay, ma'am. Let's cut to the chase. You cannot pay the mortgage on freaking ability. He has. You want so you want potential. How do you
Exactly.
eat?
Yes. Yes. That's
Okay,
it.
ma'am. Then how? Okay, so how do you put a potential meal in front of your children? I'm
Yeah,
not trying to be bullshit,
I
man, but I want to
understand
get
what
to
you're
the
saying.
because see what you're giving me is
Yeah.
a bunch of what you give me is a bunch of stuff that's leading towards spirituality and mysticism, and I'm getting very real. When you put a
It
plate in front
really.
of your listen,
Okay.
you put a plate in front of your kids. Does that has potential mashed potatoes, potential chicken, potential vegetables, or do you want
No.
real chicken?
No.
All right, so you want a man that brings real economic resources to carry the burden of the financial load.
Mhm.
That's
Okay. Want to stop here and actually make a comment or two because I think Kevin just touched upon a great point. A lot of times, women, when asked what do they want, they haven't really defined what it means. I think in reality, this lady wants a man who's going to sponsor her life, a person that's going to come in and essentially cover all the bills and kind of take care of things. But when challenged, she kind of steps back because she feels as if maybe her saying that out loud will paint her in a bad light. So then she tries to backstep. And she's like, well, I'm not exactly saying I want a man to actually pay my bills, take care of me, handle all the gross amount of the bills. I want a man who has the potential to do that. And in the moment he says, you want a guy who just has potential, that's all that matters to you, a guy with potential. She then switches up again. She says, no, not just potential. I want a guy who, has the ability to do it. Okay. So then he says, wait a minute. Do you want to be able to just have somebody who has the ability to put food on the table for your kids? Or do you want somebody who actually puts food on the table for your kids? So one thing here to extract is that women can speak very selectively about what it is they want, and they constantly shift the marker, and they never actually say definitive things because they always want to be able to have an out so that things don't sound as bad as they or they come across as bad as they seem. So that's what this lady's doing right now. She's just laid out by certain questions that he asked her what it is that would be ideal for her. And when challenged, she kind of backs off from it. She relents. She hesitates to say on the record, this is what I want. Because Kevin is now exposing her motives, and he's not exposing the fact that she has this wish list, but is not talking about what she actually intends to bring in terms of value to the man that she says she wants. It's so easy for all of us to say, here's everything I want in a relationship. As a man, I can say, I want this for my woman, that for my woman, this for my woman, that for my woman. But I have to also understand that my woman expects something from me. We don't live in a society where the law of reciprocity doesn't, exist. For everything that you want, you have to expect that the person on the other side expects something too. In any negotiation, in relationship or in business, you have to have somewhat of a equal value in terms of what somebody's bringing to the table. So if a man is working the majority of the time and he's covering the household bills, what he would deem of equal value is coming home to a woman who has handled his personal life, who is making sure his house is maintained and taken care of, who's looking after his children and raising them up, because that's his legacy. So in exchange for sponsoring and essentially covering her household expenses, he's getting a life and a family. That's of equal exchange, and this is why a man can justify doing it. But if a man is actually out doing all these things and the woman is just kicking her feet up, wanting to travel, she doesn't cook, she doesn't clean, she doesn't really do anything other than make demands, then at some point that man sees there's no return here.